Picture the good old days. A house in the suburbs, cars in the driveway, kids running around the yard, the dogs chasing the kids. And you work hard your whole life and you finally get to retire. That retirement brings you Social Security and you get a check every month to help take care of all your living expenses. That's the American dream, right? Well, for those of us who are under age 55, that dream may not be our reality. In fact, the latest trustee report says that Social Security funds are projected to be depleted by 2034, 9 years away, right? So today, we're going to take our legacy in our hands, and I'm going to show you how to use a tool called a Roth IRA to help secure a future for you, your family, and help build the dream. So join me as we talk about the Roth IRA. Before we get started, I want to define a few terms. The first term is contributions. Contributions this is money that I personally contribute to my IRA. And since I already pay taxes on it, that money can be withdrawn anytime, penalty free or tax free. The next type of money, earnings. This is money that you earn from your account, where the IRA really shines, because once the money sits in the account, things grow, then you're able to really earn money from it. So those are the two types of money that are in your account: contribution and earnings. It's amazing how sometimes just these simple terms can seem like they mean so much more. But when we break them down, we simply mean they're what they say, what we contribute, and what we earn. Okay, so the next thing, I want to talk a little bit about the power of the IRA. An IRA, for the most part, is really just a tool that allows you to contribute to it, purchase equities from it, and then withdraw at a certain time, right? So that's typically how IRAs work. There's a traditional IRA and there's a Roth IRA. I'm talking specifically on the Roth IRA, but there are some benefits that I want to hone in on. The first thing is the contributions. You can withdraw your contributions anytime for any reason without penalty or taxes. Remember, this is the money that you contribute. The next thing is you can use up to $10,000 of earnings for a first-time home purchase. So if you're going to purchase a house and you have over 10,000 of earnings in there, you can use that as part of to purchase a home and you won't be penalized or taxed. The third thing, you can use that money for pre-qualified educational expenses. If you're looking to go to school, you're looking to get a certificate, those options may be available. No early withdrawal penalties for those things. So even though the IRA is a tool for retirement, we can see how it can be used to help us during our journey. Right. One thing I did mention about the IRA, there may be situations that encounter where, you just need money, right? And as an IRA, you built it, you have a pool of money that you can tap from. Maybe you do get penalized, but hopefully it's grown enough where those penalties don't outweigh the growth that has occurred in your IRA. And that can happen. In fact, in IRAs, I would consider a buy and hold strategy, especially for the younger generation, because then that allows that equity to just grow and grow and grow. Why is this so game changer? Everyone talks about the Roth IRA and says this and says that, but the main reason is because it's growing tax-free. All the money you're contributing, the stocks you're purchasing, the equities, the different commodities, whatever it is, all that is growing tax-free. When you're a certain age and going to pull that money out, you're getting all of it and you're not paying taxes or penalties. Let me give you an example. The co-founder of PayPal, his name is Peter Thiel. Early on in his career, he created a Roth IRA and he decided to do what I'm telling you. Put money in the Roth IRA and purchase companies from that Roth IRA. Well, he's a pretty astute investor. He's done that. And now he's grown his Roth IRA. It's over, I think, $3 to $5 billion. And it's not like the lottery where they're going to take half of that. Mm-mm. That's all his. No taxes, no penalties, as long as he gets it out before he turns, before the age, whatever the age criteria, I think it's 59 and a half. But even so, let's just say an emergency comes up, right? And he has to take out $1 million. Do you think he cares about the penalties? And maybe neither should you if it's an emergency. At least you have a fund, a pool of monies to grab from. With all this, we talked about the pros. Now let's talk about the cons. So what are the cons to a Roth IRA? None. There are none. The only con is that you don't have one and you're not using it. That's the only con. Hard to believe, right? That's why this tool is so important. My call to action for you is to, one, set up an IRA, a Roth IRA account. How do you do that? You go through brokerage accounts such as Robinhood, Fidelity, Vanguard, whichever brokerage account you feel comfortable with. Now, I always talk about Robinhood, but in this case, I don't use Robinhood for my Roth IRA because when I created my Roth IRA, Robinhood wasn't even a company. I chose to go with Fidelity. I am considering moving everything over to Robinhood because their interface and their tools are so useful, so beneficial, and so easy to use. I think they're one of the best in the business. The next thing I want you to do after you set up an account is understand how to purchase items in that account, how to send funds to that account, how to ensure that it's properly funded so that you can do that. If you set it up for a child, make sure that you have access to be able to send funds to. So if there's a birthday or if there's a holiday, instead of buying gifts, maybe you're starting legacy building and purchasing equities for them. I wanted to share this with you because I think it's such an important principle. I hope this information is useful to you, and let's continue to build skills, but let's also build a legacy.